Christian, thank you very much indeed. It's really years and years when we have an opportunity in such a good format, have a possibility to discuss the current and future of Ukraine. Of course, that was a very brilliant film. Just demonstrate us and bring us to be all the time to remember what price Ukrainian people already paid for having an opportunity to live in a different country. We have a lots of positive. I'm absolutely sure and confident that country start to be more democratic. We have more freedom. We have a much better relationship with our partners from European Union. They start to be our real partners. A friend indeed, in need is a friend indeed. And even yesterday's decision, in a very complicated moment when European Union find out a possibility to demonstrate their unity and to demonstrate the solidarity with Ukraine, have a lot of their own problems. This is an indicator how close Ukraine is now for them, for each of the leaders, each of the European countries, having their internal political problem, having different zone of conflict around the world. They demonstrate that Ukraine now is their top priority. And the needs of Ukraine demands well-coordinated and effective policy, not only for the European countries, but for the whole world. And that approach was demonstrated in NATO summit in Newport. Do you know my feeling when I am standing at NATO summit? I never feel it this way, this level before. I was, and I am, proud to be Ukrainian. And I feel myself a full member of European family. My participation for several times on the session of European Union Council, being among the leaders of the European Union, I feel myself as a full member of the European Union family. And many of you do a tremendous job for this my feeling. And I thank all of you for that. Yes, we have a significant problem. They say that we lost the Crimea. No. We have an invasion in Crimea. But Crimea will be back together with us. Not necessarily, and even not by military means. I am confident that we win an economic, democratic, liberal competition for the mind of Crimean people. Administrative border with the Crimean Peninsula would be much better. And this is the only way how we can win in fighting for the minds of Crimea. It would be the same way for the solving the crisis in the eastern Ukraine, in some districts of Donetsk and Lugansk region. When we launched the peace process, only few of you believe that we can establish the very fragile but peace. But from day to day, more and more people start to believe that we will be successful in this very difficult way. Even now, not everybody understands what is a positive feeling. Just to have a possibility, not receive every night the news about the death of Ukrainian soldiers and Ukrainian civilians. You start to understand how important is it. Only when you pass the way, when dozens of Ukrainian heroes giving their lives for the proud of Ukrainians to be European. And that's why this is very important for us, for Ukrainians to be together, to be united. We can win only when we will be united, under any circumstances. I am proud that right in front of the election campaign, the time when the internal contradiction has the highest level, Ukraine now is as united as never before. Your Excellencies, Mr. President of European Parliament, your presence, Mr. Commissioner, Mr. Vice Prime Minister, Ministers, Presidents, your presence here is a very important gesture and sign of solidarity with Ukraine. Understanding that we are not alone in this very difficult struggle for our freedom and democracy. And the tradition of Yalta we will keep for the further time. This is a historic moment, dear friends. Never ever European Parliament has passed in such a short time the preparation work for the ratification of our historic association agreement. Normally it takes 3-4 months. President Schulz doing in 2 weeks. Why? Because it is very important and very symbolic to have a synchronized ratification of the association agreement with the European Union. And on Tuesday, September 16th, I would be proud to be in European Parliament. Sorry, in Ukrainian Parliament. And Martin would be in European Parliament. And we will have a video, Ukrainian Verkhovna Rada. And I'm sure that would be one of the most important historic moments in my country. I'm proud that at the same time we're voting not only ratification, but the implementation plan with the exactly roadmap what need to do. And I want to make a special thanks for everybody who from the year 2007 undertake the enormous efforts for preparation of these historic documents. Your names, Ukrainian people, will be remembered all the time. Ukrainian country and Ukrainian reforms. And I'm confident, we are absolutely sure that we can demonstrate significant progress immediately after the parliamentary election in fighting against corruption. And we introduce the strategy of reform, Ukraine 2020. And we spent these 5-6 years for changing the country. It is already changed, but we change in the country we have now. We have absolutely new Ukrainian army, absolutely new Ukrainian security forces, absolutely new Ukrainian heroes who demonstrate that even during this difficult time, we can effectively defend our values. Once again, I want to stress, we are not defending only Ukrainian territory, on Ukrainian sovereignty. We're defending our values. And that's why we are stronger than anybody else. I'm very proud to stay here in front of us, in front of you. And I am absolutely sure that this tradition to keep this conference and the decision of the organizer to have the conference, even if Yalta is still occupied, that would be very important to have this form of dialogue continuously. But I am absolutely sure that in future we will have a possibility to return Yalta conference back to Yalta. Thank you very much.